Hello, YouTube family. This is Ravi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm back with another very interesting video, how to use life cycle event in ServiceNow human resource module. And now, guys, I'm so sorry I am super late, but I will like to tell you few things to please understand this part. This is educational content. It takes time, it takes effort to build the video, and then the video can be presented to you. It is not a reels, or it's not a short where it could be like a flashing of image and going up. It's like a concept that need to be built, and so that you will understand. I am trying my best to bring it, and I promise that I will be completing it very soon, but I didn't do it because I was doing multiple activities, like office activities are there, my batches are there, even new innovations. Like today only I have built a page where you can post the flag, Indian flag. I will post that link in the chat, also you can check that. Now, point here is human resource. Now we are almost done. We are left with two videos, or two or three classes max to max. I think first two videos will be on human life cycle event, and one last will be on HR integrations. So when I say life cycle event, let me give you an example which I have downloaded an image from Google. This is a butterfly life cycle. If you see this butterfly life cycle very closely, we all know about butterfly, correct? How butterfly come into existence in this ecosystem of nature? Adult will lay an egg. From egg, caterpillar will be formed, and caterpillar was there as a larva, or we call as a pupa. So it's like this cycle: larva, butterfly, egg, caterpillar. So this is the life cycle of a adult, from child, not even child, from egg till adult, how a butterfly exists in nature. Similarly, we as a human being, we also have a life cycle. We were an infant, then we become toddler, then we become baby, then we become adult, then we become teenager, then adult, then mid level, and then old age. This is our life cycle, correct? Similarly, in human resource module in HRSD, there are life cycle associated with employee. When I say life cycle, employee, what is this life cycle for employee? So suppose you have applied for a job. So you have applied for a job. So HR has created a job opening on the portal, maybe on LinkedIn or Naukri or any profile on their company portal. So HR has, let me just create it. Let me create a snipping tool and that make you understand. So now let's suppose, yeah. So this is, let's say HR has created job profile. Correct? Now this job profile was created by an HR, and now this job profile was accessed by an employee. Correct? Employee will apply it. Then interview will schedule. Correct? And then after interview, after the result, offer letter will be released after getting all your documents. So this is the life cycle of an employee. Similarly, maternity leave. If someone is going on maternity, how your HR team works. So obviously you have to apply for leave. HR will get it approval from the manager. After approval, your access will be taken off for 6 months or 7 months, whatever the policy it is. So all this is centering towards employee. Onboarding of employee, offboarding of employee. When I say offboarding, when you are doing a resignation request, then you have maternity, paternity, whatever. In this ecosystem of ServiceNow, whatever the employee is concerned, whatever the life cycle, we can build inside a human resource module. Let me show you. First of all, if you are an HR, you have to choose HR. Now, to start with life cycle event, you should have a plugin already in place. If you know already ITSM, you know about plugin, by the way. Plugin is nothing but your kind of extra apps which you are installing in your ServiceNow ecosystem. So once you install an app, it install a module for you. So here, if you search life cycle, enter, life cycle event. I already have installed three. One is called Human Resource Lifecycle Enterprise. One is called Human Resource Scoped App Lifecycle Event. The first one, which is this one, let it open. This is nothing but it will take care of your standard version of HRSD module. So ITSM HRSD has three levels of license: standard, enterprise, and pro. This one is for standard, enterprise is for enterprise, but we can install enterprise also. See, enable you to configure digital workflow of employee cycle. Life cycle is for employees. Similarly, if I go back here, again search it, enter, go to installed. The same thing we have for enterprise. This is for standard. So I have downloaded both, your wish. You can download any one of it. I have installed both. The plugin ID is com.servicenow HR Lifecycle Enterprise, com.sn HR Lifecycle Event. Once you install this, you will get a module here called Life Cycle, not configuration management. Here you have life cycle event, and here we have a life cycle event cases. This is what we have to build for our human resource module so far in HRSD. So to start with HRSD life cycle event, you should have a plugin installed, and you should have a understanding that life cycle is only for employees who is joining an organization, leaving an organization, any place which a cycle is calculated. For example, performance review. Whatever we did in the entire year, let's say quarterly, per quarterly, you will get feedback from manager. Then at the last, you will get a rating. All this comes under the event life cycle. You can create a cycle for it. So out of the box, this is the module life cycle event, and over here in the admin part, you have this option called manage life cycle event. This is the place where you will create your life cycle, and the table name is nothing but ServiceNow SN HR life event type. This is the table name, or you can directly open it like this. By default, ServiceNow has given us a general, you can say a demo, new hire onboarding. This is just a demo they have given you. Let's open it. Let's wait. Yeah. Once you open it, you will notice on the top, we have to now change the scope to lifecycle application. Yes, because it is an additional plugin, so you have to change it. In the starting, we have already installed human resource code. That's why it is also a plugin. So it is coming here right now minus human resource code. So I will go and switch back to this one. But I have already an SN util plugin installed. So I will click on this once it is loaded. And then once I click on this, I don't have to change from here. It will be auto changed. So guys, lifecycle event will be present. Maybe one or two demo will be available on your system, onboarding, offboarding. But this is a place where you will build your lifecycle event. Now let it loaded. Let's wait. So lifecycle comes with activities. We call as a activity set. I will call it as an activity. This activity you have to build. Activities are nothing but sequence of steps you have to follow, or sequence of things will happen. For example, you have to prepare a cup of coffee. What is the life cycle of a coffee? So the life cycle of a coffee is you will first boil the water, then milk, then you will add coffee to it, or let's say you can add milk, coffee, and then we will boil it. Something like this. So similar to it. This is the life cycle of coffee. Similarly, these are the activity: boiling the milk, putting sugar, adding coffee powder, or adding liquid coffee syrup. These are called activities which a person has to build in the HR life cycle. And this is called activity set. You can see here the activity set will be loaded for you. See what someone will do when someone is pre-hired, pre-onboarding, day one, week one, and other activities are there. We will see one by one. It is not a single day topic. If I show you in one day, it will be 1.5 hour session. I don't want to do it in rush. obviously. So I made a quality content. What I believe, maybe you also believe the same. I am not in rush. So this is nothing but this activity you have to create. So first of all, let me go back to my SN util is coming up. So I'm changing my scope directly to, so now here it is changed to life cycle. So if you have an extension install called ServiceNow util, then you can directly click. Now see, this is a life cycle event. Event type is onboarding, offboarding, transition, services also you can use inside it. And then you have to build a HR activities. So let's create an example from scratch. Then we will understand it little bit more clear. So first of all, I will go to manage life cycle event. I will close all this. I am going to create a new event, and this new event will be, let's say, a project onboarding. Now you have been onboarded to a project. I can put a description about it. Let's say Delta project, some name, random name, Delta Airlines, for example. Project life cycle. Now, down here we have a event types. There are 4 types of events right now: onboard, offboard, transition, and HR service. We'll see one by one, but right now I'm showing you onboarding. In this display activity set to a subject person, it means that when you create a life cycle event, so activity set will be displayed to the subject person for whom the cases has been created. You can read this statement. See, the activity set of a life cycle are viewable by the subject person. Who is subject person? For whom the case is created. Opened for is who? For whom the case was opened for. So right now, I am just putting onboarding and just clicking on save. And now after this, guys, we have to click on activity set. So here we will build our own activities. On the top, there are previous UIs in Washington. Washington was fine. PQRS, San Diego, Tokyo, Utah. These very San Diego was till from San Diego. We can switch back. This is the new UI. If I click on this switch to classic UI, it looked very different. It looked like this. Here you have to create an activity set. This does not look good, guys. Okay. So what we have to do is we will click on switch to new UI, which is the not latest, but yes, 3 releases back it was introduced, 4 releases back. So now we will go and create our activity set. In this activity set, we have a pencil button on the top. Click on pencil button and here you can type your, I'm just giving you a first demo today with a simple life cycle event. This pencil button will allow you to edit this name. So let's say first name is manager approval. Okay, activity set. And you can see the description. You can put a description, trigger type immediately. Man means when the case is created, HR life cycle is event is created, this trigger type will be immediately come into picture. Means this activity will be immediately triggered. And the order is 100. So first this activity will trigger, then this activity, then this third activity. That's why it is in sequence. Okay. Now there are a lot of trigger types. You can write a script here. Advanced, you can use other activities that you can choose a date and time. See, you can choose a table. As of now, for today's demo, I am choosing immediate and click on update. Once I update it, here I can create my new activity. And the new activity is let's ask for approval. So let's say manager approval. Choose here approval. Activity type is approval. Who is going to be approval? So let's say subject person manager. Now again, I'm repeating, guys. Subject person is nothing but when you create a HR case. Let's open random HR case. This is a subject person and it will go to his manager for approval. So you can trigger that. So I am creating a new, which is already here, approval from case, and I'm going to choose here subject person manager here. But I can show you how you can create it. So click on new. Type here employee manager. Field type you can choose. Okay, first of all, you can choose the table name, HR life cycle event case. And I am going to choose subject person, very subject person, PQRS. Subject person dot manager. Perfect. So now it is selected, click on submit. So just see very closely, it is nothing but employees manager is selected, nothing but subject person dot manager. That's all. Sorry, it will be, let's say, HR tier 1, or you can choose any random group to tier 1 only. So one activity is created. In the next video, guys, I'll complete this. I will show you much more activities. I'm just kickstart my life cycle event. That's why I'm creating a simple video over here right now. First, manager approval. Now let's create another activity. Activity 2, and order is 200. So once manager approved, then only it will go to the next activity set, else it won't go to next activity set. And this is nothing but assign task to employee. Or let's say fill timesheet or billing. Now this again I'm choosing immediate, update, and now I'm going to add an activity. This activity is for employee, activity type employee, and employee has to fill the timesheet. So it is nothing but fill the timesheet for subsequent. So whenever somebody is in onboarded, this will happen month. Now activity type I'm choosing here is employee because it will trigger to employee. Employee activity will be HR task. You can choose other task also. I recommend you to choose other task. Don't create it. And template you can choose. So if you don't have template, you can choose random template from here, but you can create your own templates. Let me just create a short template for you. HR template. And under HR template, let's create a random template. HR task. You can choose a template type as short description. Fill the timesheet. Click on save, and then we have this option called switch to new UI here also. You click on switch to new UI. Click on this, and now a new UI is shown to you. Let's wait for a while. Service now is pretty much slow, but don't know till when. Yeah, we have a task there. So do we have any task called timesheet? No, you can create the task type in the upcoming future. As of now, I'm creating a checklist, and the checklist will be fill the Jan, Feb, March timesheet. For example, I know this is not realistic because somebody will not fill. For example, if you join the team, you have to fill only that month. I'm just choosing here. Okay, let's make it realistic. So fill the previous month timesheet. Then you can mention submit from PSC portal. Okay, enter. So now this will be employee and it will be assigned to subject person, and that's all. You can choose a due date also. So I can choose a due date here. This all I have discussed already. So I don't want to choose a due date. So let it be none, and that's all. Click on save. So the name is called template 15. Copy this or change the template name to. Let's check. Just go back. Template 15 only. Copy this, put it here, template 15. Okay. Owning group, same thing, HR tier 1 I am going to choose. And that's all. So two activity is created now. The first activity is manager approval. Second activity is fill timesheet. And third activity is nothing but, or leave it. Let's do only two activity for this video. The next video I will show you how you can create multiple activities. So now these two activity sets are done. Manager approval and fill timesheet. In the next video, I will show you how multiple activity sets are created. Let's see whether this is working or not. So to use HR service in any HR case, first of all, you have to create a HR service. Under HR service, first we create an topic category as usual. If you have not watched that video, you can go back and watch that video of HR topic categories and HR service. So our CO is life cycle and the name is, let's say, project onboarding. This is my topic category. Save it. Under topic categories, you have to create a topic details. As I mentioned multiple times in our previous video, this is nothing but project details. And now under this topic details, we have to build a HR service. Under HR service, we will choose a fulfillment type as life cycle event. And here we have to choose the life cycle which we have created, which is nothing but project onboarding. Simple. Now here you can choose open for default. And here you can choose default subject person and you can put here project life cycle event. And that's all. Right click, save it. So now this HR service will come into existence when we now go and create a case. So let's create a case now. And this time choose any random user. I'm choosing system admin. You can see here whether system admin has manager or not. Let me check. He's having a manager already. Perfect. Now let's choose our life cycle and project onboarding life cycle. Even this is one which we have created just now. Click on create case and let's see what is happening. On the top, the case has been created in draft state. Press ready for work to change the state. Perfect. Let's put short description. Test life cycle. In the next class, even this will be pre-filled. We will build a template also. Click on ready for work. And once we click on ready for work, as per our life cycle event, you will see a big line on the top, which is here. One, this is called manager approval. This is called fulfillment. Means 0 by 1 means nothing is completed till now. 1 by 1 means it is completed. Scroll down and you can notice a task is created. Fill the timesheet here. But approval is not going up. Why? Because maybe subject person has an issue. Let's check. It's already having manager, so it should trigger approval, which I will check it. Just I wanted to show you. This is how this is this managers and fill timesheet is happening. So let's open this first one. And now see template 15, fill the timesheet checklist. You see HR task type and fill the previous month, submit from ESC portal. And you can click on ready for work and HR and that employee will work on this task. This is overall HR life cycle event right now. I wanted to check why approval is not triggered. So let me refresh the page and check whether approval is triggered or not. Yeah, it is already triggered. You just have to refresh the page. Requested, scroll down. Here we have the approval. See, able tutor. Who is able tutor? HR manager. That HR manager here means system admin manager. Now what I will do is I will right click, approve it. Once you approve it, just wait and you will notice on the top, again just refresh the page, state is approved and this will be 1 by 1. Now we are left with fill timesheet, which is here. Fill timesheet activity is right now running and the task number is already showing up. Scroll down. This is my activity, which is 1009, which I've already opened. This is assigned to parent case. Now what I will do is I will click on start work and you can click on close complete just to show you a demo. Work node will be done. Yeah. So once this task is also completed, go back to the previous page here, refresh it and you will notice timesheet is also filled. Now this stage to be close complete. This also you can automate with the help of lifecycle, which we will see in the next class. So in a nutshell, what is lifecycle event? Lifecycle event is nothing but a life cycle that has to be a step-by-step activity that a particular employee has to follow to achieve a dedicated task, like a butterfly example I shown you. Project life cycle, onboarding, offboarding, your maternity leaves, whatever it is, comes under a life cycle event. Under life cycle event, you can have an activity set which you can create it, and then you can roll back with the help of presend, which we will do in the next video. So if you are very new to this channel, do share and subscribe and stay tuned for the healthy connect and we'll meet in the next video. Till then, thank you so much.